Hello and welcome to Creative Flow Evolution, where creativity has no boundaries. Now when it comes to health, happiness and well-being, it all depends on how we nurture ourselves on a daily basis. And when it comes down to feeding our own bodies, nothing's better than preparing food from scratch with quality ingredients and serving it with large portions of love. So we all know instinctively when food is made of quality attention and when it's not. And the best restaurants in the market for sure have a personal touch to their service. Oh, by the way, this is the Conscious Chef, otherwise known as John Paul Brannan. And my name is Paul. Now, Conscious Chef, can you share us an example of food made of high quality attention?
Oh, definitely, mate, definitely.
Brilliant.
Here we go. You couldn't get much better than that, can you now?
No, you can't. Now, if you look at this, here we've got a good example of food made of high quality attention. Look at the vibrant colours, the nutritional quality, how it's presented. And it's been, you know, that will do me good when I eat this later. I'm going to enjoy this. He doesn't give me permission, but I'm going to eat this later. I'll give that 10 out of 10 for high enthusiasm and effort. Have you got something that kind of like opposes, contradicts that as such?
Opposing is probably the best word we're going to use for this
Good.
one. Yeah. Here we go.
Well, I think you chose wisely. Not to eat, but chose wisely as an example of opposing. I'll give this 2 out of 10.
You're being very generous there.
I am being generous. Put it away. Okay.
Indeed.
So the idea of this topic of this video, we're going to really talk about why it's so important to have and give quality attention to prepare our food every day, which has an impact on our health, well-being, and actually can save a lot of money in the future. At the same time, you know, we're going to demonstrate only here on this video how you can actually energize food, which is really cool. So keep watching. So the question is, can your mama's home cooking or grandma's apple pies taste even better? Keep watching. Now, John Paul Brannan here has actually worked within the food industry for 20 years, which is about half my life. I've just given away my age. And effectively, he's worked within really classy, well-known spiritual health centres here in the UK as a chef, making food which people love. I want that food as well. Now, basically, we're lucky to have him here to share his expertise on the subject. So John Paul Brannan, or Conscious Chef can I call you, can you share with us your story and how you became inspired to want to help people to create food with love and attention?
Oh, definitely. My story goes well back to my childhood. My mother used to cook all the time. She always told me about putting love into your food. I think most of our mothers do that. They've always told you that. But you don't realise the impact that can actually really do in the end.
Cool.
Led me through school, stuff like that. I went straight into catering after school, and I just loved cooking, and it showed. Everybody who ate my food used to love my food, and I never thought anyone. I was just I just loved cooking. Passion was there. I just loved playing around with ideas all the time. And then I think it was about 10 years into my career, I started realising, hang on, there's something going on here, because I started seeing other chefs with not as much passion, not getting a better feel from customers.
Yeah.
And then, leading on from that, I discovered spirituality.
Cool.
And that's when it really took off for me,
Yes.
Started to understand the idea of spiritual power, spiritual energy, love, attention, and then it blew my head away. I had to, it sort of realised, hang on a minute, this is what I've been doing the whole time.
Yes.
Wow. So, yeah, exactly. I've been energising the food. People have been loving it. So I've got to take this somewhere. I've got to really take this
somewhere. It's like that aha moment in your life.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you realise something, wow, it's a journey, it has a massive impact, and it's going to, I'm also going to take this along with me, this learning as such, and actually make something with it. Yes. That aha moment. So I also know that you've actually had some health challenges.
Definitely.
I've known you for a while now. Can you sort of like tell us the sort of like lessons you've learned through this journey and how it's actually improved your health?
Lessons have been amazing, to be honest, Paul. Unfortunately, I don't want to energise it too much, but when I was about 14, 15, I happened to catch something. I didn't catch it. something that happens called psoriasis. It's a
Yeah.
skin condition.
Sure.
The interesting thing about it is I think the universe gave it to me for a very good reason.
Probably.
Because of that, I learned to really pay attention to what I put in my body. Yeah. And as things progressed and I learned more about my spiritual life, but 10, 15 years later, I started to understand the real crux of it all.
Yes.
I started looking after myself from every aspect of my life. Food, energy, love, body, mind, spirit. It should have a real high impact on everything.
Exactly.
Especially on my skin, which is the one thing I've noticed very recently, yeah, when I put real attention into it.
Yeah.
Like they say, physician, heal thyself. It's true, folks. I'm telling you, you can heal yourself with love and attention. It's all there for you.
Now, can you talk us through the actual research you've performed in order to establish that energising food actually improves nutritional quality and taste?
Yes, I can. I could stand here all day and talk about my passion.
Yeah.
About love, food and energy. At the end of the day though, I also had to quantify it for myself sometimes. Sometimes I couldn't believe what I was seeing at times.
Wow.
So my research started in earnest then. Then I came across a guy called Dr. Mizuru Emoto, and then my research took off. This guy blew me away.
Yeah, I mean, if you've heard of Dr. Emoto, he's a guy who's actually researched for 20 years and he's travelled around the world collecting different samples of water and effectively experimented in a way that, given the water certain energies and different environments, actually changes the molecular structure as such. So it changes its own formation. So the idea is that we can change water, and food is what this concept is about, change its quality through the own thoughts and energy that we present to it and expose to it. And can you sort of like talk us more about Dr. Emoto's work?
Right, Dr. Emoto's work based upon the idea that positive words, positive thought, positive intention can all add into water basically. So much so that he actually took, I think it was about 6, 7 years ago, he actually took a group of about 400 people out to what's probably known as Japan's most polluted lake.
Yeah.
And with just the act of prayer, intention, love and energy and absolute positive thought, there was a remarkable idea that they actually changed this lake from being probably the most polluted in Japan.
Sure.
Within 3 days, the pollution had almost gone.
Really amazing. And talking about Dr. Emoto, I actually went to one of his events this year, and the next day I was really inspired to do my own experimentation as such. Now, I had this flask of water, I actually bought it at an event, and at the same time, which is very coincidental, I actually was looking after a friend of mine trays of organic snow peas, they're sprats basically. Actually, snow peas, I was amazed to learn that actually really nutritional or in vitamins A, B and C and D, and extremely good for you. And you could buy them from a place called Akenbury, a company in Wales who provide brilliant organic food. And so what I've done, one day I didn't give much attention. When I came home, they looked pretty lame, so it was the perfect moment to actually do this experimentation. So what I did, I actually filled my flask up, energised it with pure intent and with love, and actually started feeding the actual plant itself, the sprats. And to my amazement, 2 hours later, I walked into a room and my eyes sort of like shot up largely because I couldn't believe what I saw. The plantation was transformed basically. It was greener, it looked more luscious to eat, and it somehow grew. It grew in size. So you know, I've kind of got a new mission here, a new experiment I want to play around with. So I'm thinking, you know, what else can I grow with such, you know, energised water? So I'm going to start feeding my plants in the garden. I thought I'd share that story with you because I think it's highly relevant. Coming back to the raw expert here, can you share with us what the health benefits are for giving quality attention to preparing a food on a consistent basis?
Definitely. What I'm going to start with is obviously giving you something to compare against first, and then go on from that. Yeah. You've got takeaway food here, yeah? It will be being served into you in a box or some sort of polystyrene or something like that, which isn't the greatest thing to have around the food anyway.
No.
It's only a carry case after all, but at the same time, you have oil soaking into the packaging and back into the food itself, so it's just, it's not the best in the world, to be honest. Moving on, obviously you've got salads and stuff like that, all the goodness you've got in this food. Less packaging, because obviously you're buying it in slightly bigger bags as well, and you're only going to be storing it in there for a short time.
True.
With that matter, it's just, you can just tell straight away.
Yes, yeah.
You know yourself when you're bringing stuff home from either your supermarket or, my tip for today is, farmers markets are great for this because there's never any packaging or anything. It's just a case you're grabbing it, especially living salad.
True.
And we're getting more and more of that in supermarkets these days. We're getting a little pot, big, nice bushy salad coming out of that.
Yes.
Very, very healthy. You're growing it yourself, so you can throw more intention into it.
Yeah, no, what you're saying here is kind of like, as a shopper myself, I don't shop much, but when I buy food, I think of what's good value for money. And when we look at the compared dishes here, you can see one on the right, that's value for money. And a good question actually I'm thinking of here for you, what would you say this would actually cost to actually prepare?
Straight off the bat, I would say somewhere in the region of about £2.50 to £3.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think what I can expect to spend maybe not 2 pieces of chicken, £3 to £4 on average. And the value for money, I wouldn't say fantastic, because actually that has no nutritional quality at all.
Well, exactly. And you've got to think about it this way, Paul. You bought, that's it.
Yes.
You've only bought that. But with the meal, I created that. I've still got stuff in the fridge. I've got stuff to make maybe 1 more, even 2 more meals from this alone.
True, yeah, and that's a good point you made actually, because if we could buy food in bulk, we could plan ahead, we can know how much we spend, and we have quality food in the cupboard. But if we come into the habit of actually buying food on an ad hoc basis, I decide to go and buy this processed food now because of convenience, actually if you add up the money long term, you'll be actually spending ad hoc without pre-planning. So that's a good point you made there.
Exactly, and for those other people who want to take it a little bit further, you can even grow it yourself. At base level as well, so you're even putting more love and attention as you're growing it and talking to it, and really put some passion into it there from that end, from the basis. True,
yeah, no, exactly like you said. If we create things from scratch and we have an intention to do something with it, it's going to be so different. Now, can you share with us the sort of steps you take to actually prepare food?
Yes, of course I can. Awesome. Definitely.
Yeah.
Most people, they go to the supermarket, pick up stuff, and then they bring it home. I have a slightly different way of doing it. Yes, I go to the supermarket or the farmer's market these days, which is good for organic produce and whatever. And you do see people, they pick up fruit, just to smell it.
Yeah.
Whereas me, that's where my process really starts. Yeah. I'm holding the fruit, I'm smelling it, of course, because I love smelling fruit and veg and any other food you got, like chicken. You like to smell the chicken, that's a bit odd. At the same time, you're putting love and intention right there now. You sort of just, part of the process of what I'll show you in a little bit, you can do this at every given point along the way, right up to the plate.
Excellent.
It doesn't have to be just the plate. You can work all the way back, straight up from starter. Yeah,
and it feels good to hold it, Melon, doesn't it?
Yes, it does, actually.
Yes. So, can you like explain to us sort of a typical process you would have yourself starting from scratch?
Yes, of course. Get my stuff up, get all the food and anything I'm going to use for a particular meal. But me, I get it. Some people like to sort of grab bits and pieces from the fridge as they're doing it. It wastes energy to start with, but the same way, the way I do it, the way I love to do it, I put everything on the table, on my side, workbench, ready to go. So at every point, I'm always giving love and attention to every sort of process, where it's grating, chopping, cooking. But with that, it's overflowing onto all the food I've got in front of me. So you're always giving it love and attention at any given point.
Exactly.
So with chopping away, love and attention, and it just flows out. Like the saying goes, where intention goes, energy flows.
Exactly. And how you describe this to me is almost like when I play the piano. It's like I put how much emphasis, how much passion I put into it, how much sensitivity, how much I feel for that, and how much every single note counts, really has an impact on its quality of sound and performance as such. And it's like how you're describing to me, it's like almost a musical journey of actually creating food from scratch. And every single step has an intention of producing something miraculous, wonderful. And at the end of the day, if we keep treating life this way, we'll certainly have a good quality life.
Definitely.
Because we can treat everything. Like you said, energy flows, where thoughts go, energy flows. And we create anything in life through our own energy.
Yes, definitely.
Can you talk about energy now? Can you share with us the actual process of actually energising food?
Definitely.
Awesome.
Right. Best way to describe it is Dr. Barry, the man who wrote Peter Pan.
Oh yeah, great.
Yeah. The one scene where obviously Peter's showing the other kids, Wendy and John, how to fly. Yeah. Where he tells them to think of your happiest moment, the happiest thing in your life, and really feel into it. So obviously they're holding on to that thought, and that's how they're able to fly off. Very similar to what I'm doing now. Yeah. For example, I use the birth of my son, one of the most happiest days of my life. So I hold on to that joy, happiness in my heart. In this case of letting go, letting the energies flow throughout you. Straight out in your hands. Some of you will feel tingling. There's nothing wrong with that at all. That means you're a lot more sensitive to energy than most people, and that's a good thing. That's brilliant. And you're literally sending it through your heart, out through your hands, straight onto the food.
What we actually talked about here is really like life force energy, isn't it? And
exactly.
Chinese have say chi.
Exactly, yeah.
And we're setting an intention to actually force our life force energy towards the direction of the food to improve it, because the intention is what counts. Yeah.
And if you've got an imagination like I do, I'm very visual in my imagination. I can visualise the old little strands of DNA, genetics in it. You're even sending it to that deep level. It can't be anything but good for you. You're sending that genetic level. You're going really deep and sending enough love energy in there.
And I must admit, it feels great to actually do that, because I think, having learned through healing, spiritual healing myself, when you perform this sort of practice, if it's on food, animals, or plants, in fact, or people, quantum touch healing is a good place to actually learn the process.
Yes, very much so.
Go online, it's got some great videos on it. Now, when you actually perform such practice, you're actually raising your own vibrational energy, which is what makes you feel good.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Like both me and Paul here, we're feeling pretty good at the minute, right?
Yeah,
now.
we are. Yeah, you can see the change of colour in our faces. That's a good thing, I think.
If you want to work as a process as well, a good way to end it, and this is what I do anyway, I like to end it with a namaste. There. Namaste.
Thank you. I really enjoyed the process, and I'm going to keep practicing it myself. And I find with these things, the more you practice them, the stronger they become. And again, having gone through sort of spiritual journey myself, I've realised when you meditate and you bring the energies of the universe in, you actually start feeling it eventually through practice. You actually experience it and feel it, and you almost know what you're doing during the process. So what I highly recommend is actually, if you want to experience this for yourself, practice for 30 days. Prepare food with your friends, family, a partner, in the kitchen, and get into the habit for 30 days at least to prepare food with quality attention, time, effort, and then energise it together. Bless it as you would normally do, but with the energy, intention to energise it with love and intention to improve its nutritional quality and taste. And we do this for 30 days, and notice how you feel in general. Notice how you feel, and other people around you. And do you know what they say? A happy home is a place where people spend quality time sharing, producing, creating, eating quality meals together.
Exactly.
And that's true for sure. So thanks, Conscious Chef, for sharing this brilliant insight. on the subject of preparing and energising food. And thank you for watching this video. If you want to find out more about this, there's an actual bonus video on the subject talks a bit more about energising food, which you can access if you connect to this link here. This image in front of my finger here actually does move you to a different website. Amazing what technology does nowadays. And I'll leave this image here in front of me for a while. And the other thing is, if you've got comments or questions you have for myself, John Paul, I'll ask them in the comments box below the video. We look forward to hearing from you, and we'll answer them for sure. So thank you for watching the video, and have you got anything you'd like to say to the wonderful audience?
Oh yeah, just a little bit. Basically, put love into your food, it'll put it right back into you.
Awesome. Thank you.